Hey everybody, Kenny here. Welcome back to our Affliction League playthrough. I'm actually, like if you were paying attention to this when I started up last time, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I waited before logging in last time, so this would have been visible. You'll notice that it's still the same day that I recorded the last session. It's just that I had a weird error pop up in my recording software near the end of the previous session, so I just decided to call it so that way, like whatever it was, like wouldn't negatively affect the recording. Which at the moment I don't actually know if it did. I'm hoping it didn't, but I went into my recording software and noticed that my encoder, whatever reason. Oh, I guess I did update OBS like a week or so ago, because it had been asking me to update it for like the past month. Like, all right, I'll update it, and I guess when it updated, it changed something. So I had to go and mess around in my encoder settings for a while, and hopefully that'll prevent that issue from popping up again. I mean, I'm pretty sure it isn't related to all the crashes that we had during that session. I think that's just like the interaction between my GPU and this game. And I don't think it has anything to do with the recording itself. I mean, hopefully the game won't crash as much as it did last time. As always, we're going to start off with gathering up all the lore, and in this case, I actually am going to go and talk to all of the expedition folks, because now they all have, they're all here to talk to. As always, if you don't want to sit through that, feel free to fast forward from here. The reason that I always keep these parts in, because I don't use what like the version that shows up in my YouTube videos, in these sessions. Like this isn't what I use for my lore videos. My lore videos, I take the original, and and so that way the sound is better. But the reason that I keep these in is that there may be someone who actually does like sitting down with the while they're working, just having the text going, so they don't have to pay attention too much. But just in case there's anyone like that watching, that's why I don't just go in during go in post and just cut out all of these parts where I spend time talking to the NPCs. Yep. So that's the final warning. Lore time starts now.
What? He's intending to make matrimony with Arakali? My word, that's quite a story even for Sil. Yes, I know that name, and the place to which it is purportedly attached. A temple to the north, now in ruins. If Silk intends unholy congress with this Arakali, that is the most likely place we would seek it. Unfortunately, Arakali's temple lies beyond that which now belongs to Ralakesh. To reach the many-legged goddess, you must first draw to some conclusion with the many-faced god. From what I can recall, Arakali was a Val fertility goddess, a rather unsettling union of sexuality and mortality. Whilst usually presenting herself as a large arachnid, Arakali would often assume human form, a ruse intended to lure mortals into the act of copulation. The entries were vague about the gender of her prey. After satiating her carnal desires, she would then quench her divine thirst, draining her erstwhile lover of all bodily fluid. Her acolytes would then collect the desiccated husk and give it a decorative placement in Arakali's unholy temple. I fear that Silk knows not the true nature of the marriage he so desperately seeks. The end of learning is the beginning of death.
What you tell me of Silk, this I understand, though I do not want to. I have spent many nights pondering Silk's journey, why he has stepped from the spirit path. Now I know. He has walked into the 8 arms of blind lust, Arakali. Silk is a warning to us all. He is trying to take the short trail to greatness, to the story Spirit has made for him. Silk tries to steal his story, but now he holds only a lie. Please, you must find the place where this Arakali sleeps in her web of shadow. You must stop Silk before he wakes her. A mistake that we all will come to regret. The Spirit tells me this is so. I have asked questions of Spirit, and it has answered in dreams that wake me with screaming. Arakali will suck all life from this land, leave only empty husks and dusty bones. There will be no spirit, no us, no thing left to love and laugh. Only husks and dust and Arakali. Be well.
Hello.
Good to see you still kicking.
Greetings. A temptress and a predator. Val legends say she crawled up from the blackest of pits during the creation of the world. No, her beginnings were far more mundane. A mortal harlot whose endless lust for loin and lecherous delight saw her transformed into the very image of her dark desires. The Spinner of Shadows, they once called her. She sees herself as a regular goddess of love, and has the romantically forged temple to prove it. That's where you'll find her. Yet there's little romance to the lady herself. At least, I doubt the corpses that now embrace her carapace would think so. Answering the call of a royal invitation, I visited the Spinner of Shadows as an emissary for a small and fragile alliance of gods. Mostly weak deities huddling together in terror of being consumed by their greaters. At this time, Queen Arakali ruled an empire, and so invited me to gaze upon her mighty works with appropriate wonder. If I'd looked past this pretense, I may have chanced to see her hidden desire to have me share her bed. For years, I lay trapped in her webbed sheets. Some days she enjoyed my prowess. Other days, we enjoyed each other. Yet this illusion of love and leisure simply veiled the morbid reality that I was not free to leave. I languished under her bewitching spell until the day the spider was betrayed by her own flies and sealed within that temple of her own fevered making. Remember, humanity needs us.
What would you like to...
I greet you. Stay true.
Greetings. You're a woman of ironclad determination. I can tell. I'm Gwenin. I've got something I fervently believe in as well, but my religion is luck. I've run headlong into danger because it was what I wanted to do. Any orders be damned. And I bet it's the same for you. When your actions and beliefs align, you can do anything. Even win at gambling, which I bet you'll do. Care to try your luck? His final fate was unknown, but I do know he cast off his peaceful ways and trained with 2 powerful axes after he arrived here. We're not fools. We see that the dead rise here on Rayclast. If Medford is still out there, he'll be extremely dangerous. Conserve your luck and use it against him if you find him. We've campaigned together for many years. It's taken a great toll on him, but he soldiers on. I don't know how he remains so cheery, honestly. If he loses another limb, he'll be more metal than man. He's a sweetheart. Have you seen the figurines he carves? The four of us use them to play this delightfully strange game he came up with. I love it because there are so many dice rolls and, well, you know me. Our intrepid leader believes in a world better than the one that truly is. He doesn't see you and me, Exile. He sees heroes. He sees grandiose myths and world-changing bravery. Don't dispel those notions. I want to live in the world he sees, even if I know it isn't real. During the failed rebellion, I once called out with all my heart. An arrow was arcing through the air. My arm was pinned, and I knew I couldn't get out of the way in time. I was a dead woman. But luck answered my earnest request. Another arrow, also on a murderous path, hit the first in midair, and both were diverted, landing on either side of me instead. That was the first time I knew that chance itself was a real force in this world. I didn't say that. You must have misheard. Never heard of gods, but I know I wouldn't put my faith in them, even if they came to my doorstep with an army. I've already solidified my beliefs where they belong. Go well.
What do you need? She was a fearsome and irrepressible warrior. King Cadogan III tried to mandate her service to the crown, but she laid flat every man sent to bring her in. Eventually, he realized that she couldn't be controlled, and he gave her a mercenary charter instead, given the freedom to operate the way she wanted. She won many great victories for the Calgur. I respect those who make their own way. Her fate here on Rayclast was unknown, but I have a feeling she's still kicking about. A burning spirit like that never goes down without a legendary fight. She's a distant cousin of mine, so I do what I can to protect her. Got some weird ideas about the world, though. Thinks belief can shape events. If it could, we wouldn't have been defeated during our last campaign. Many a campaign would have failed if not for his logistical skills. We've trekked through mud, rain, snow and sand, and yet eaten heartily throughout. It's the true basis of war, mind you, logistics. Don't think we don't know that. He's a good man, a man of two worlds. Part aspiring dreamer, part cynical realist. I'll follow him to the ends of the world, which you know, because I already have. And here we are. We're a proud people, but aren't they all? Difference is, we labour against the grim realities of life through the judicious application of bravery and courage. One's lineage carries an ongoing tally of renown and accomplishment. We do this not for ourselves, but for our children, should we one day have him. He's open. Keep fighting!
Let's deal. Thousands of years ago, the last news coming back to the homeland painted Uhtred in quite the negative light. Some called him a traitor, but the details were sparse and confused. I'm here to clear his name or condemn him. The truth stands above all. She'll never lie to you, Exile. Take that as you will. He's as loyal a friend as you'll ever find. He would never admit this, but all his scars and injuries are the result of diving in to take a blow for one of us. By all rights, Gwenin should be half mauled, and I should be missing a leg, but Tujin leapt between. I only feel safe enough to do my job because he's around. Our charismatic leader is a man worthy of his position. He takes the front, the lead. I prefer to support things from a safe distance, and he, great man that he is, lets me do it. I've been on my fair share of quests and campaigns, and they keep trying to arm me and train me for fighting, telling me it was the only way I would find renown. But I aim to be the world's first famous supply master. That Rog, they'll say, he brought food and drink and equipment forth so promptly and so consistently it amazed the warriors on both sides and helped win the day. Yannick tells me that this is a worthy dream to pursue. He's a good friend. Watch out for spiders.
Hero? We are of the Kalgur. Ours is an existence spent scrabbling in the muck and mire of mortal life in search of scraps of renown. Some find it on the battlefield. Some find it in service. Others volunteer to sail to the edge of the known world on an impossible quest. The choices we make determine what we are, and what we become echoes into legend. The runes on our armor essentially capture and shape starlight. Sounds poetic, but don't be fooled. The smiths of the Kalgur turned these runes towards killing work long ago, as soon as they discovered they could compel arrows to find their mark, and blades to bite deeper. The greatest smiths became known as artificers, and produced work of singular genius. There weren't many such relics, but there didn't need to be. I believe that you believe that these colored gems give you power, Exile. I've handled one of them, even tried to activate it the way that local Tarkly described, but it didn't do a damn thing. Call me a skeptic, but to me, it seems like the power was inside you all along. I've never heard of this gods thing before setting foot here, but I know of at least one man who would fancy himself a god. Best we not mention divinity to those back home. I'll sing of you.
Glad to see you.
Hell!
Aye. Don't give up.
All right. And we're back. Head back into Chamber of Sins so we can go and head into the den.
Hello to you, great dreamer.
Hopefully we find her. It doesn't look like it. I think this is a Vivid. Vivid and Wild. Always what I don't need. Hey, look who it is. Just show up and don't seem to have any significance to anyone. Right. Got to turn that off. I mean, I'm pretty sure I turned it off last time, but didn't seem to stick. Huh. I am confused. Okay, so it was these horns the whole time. I never noticed those horns had an extra effect. I found the worn statue last time. What's weird about the horn thing, I know I put those horns on my chieftain. And I don't remember ever seeing that pop up. I played through most of Act 6 with those on. That is confusing. Oh. Oh. Nothing to do here. Guess it's all the way on this side. Which is strange. Yep. Almost time to get our next ascendancy point. Let us find the Primalist. No. We've seen the Warring Sisters, we've seen the Goddess, we've seen the Worn statue. Oh. Aided etching. I think I've seen that one before.
I didn't trust him at first,
Yeah.
but he
I definitely have that one. I still don't know what it is that that does. We know that the big one, like, sheds light around in the surrounding area, so you don't have to clear the affliction in that radius. But what does the small one do? Like, we've run into that small one so many times, and I have no idea what it does. Hey, he is. An end. Lead me to her. Not seeing any. That way. I'm confused. Why don't I see any? Oh well. I'll find her eventually.
The path to justice is slender and perfidious, fraught with missteps of ambition and despair, egotism and doubt. Should you choose this road, beware those who would waylay your hopes and disembowel your dreams. Remain sure and
I'm not up to that just yet.
there is a fine line between consideration and hesitation. The former is wisdom, the latter is fear.
Nice. And there's probably not a path to where I want to go from here, right? Oh, maybe there is. Hide out. Okay, into the den we go. Come on. Why do you do this to me? Yep, I find the path out of Wild and it leads me into Vivid. I'm back into Wild that way. And the next one's got to do it, right? Can't just keep me from finding the Primal Hunter forever. Okay, Tujins.
Over here.
Alright. We're all set to help you out. Into physical, no thank you. I don't care what you drop. I mean, I don't care about the rare armor, but more rare monsters would be good. Rarity. Don't want that one. Pack size. Guess I start right here. Grab that one with these. Grab these here.
Itching for me to lose another limb, are ya?
There we go. Oh well.
Hail.
Yeah, still don't have anywhere near enough to start haggling.
Don't give up.
There's still a chance these fields can heal.
That just in case.
If I can put a stop to this. I'm not up to that just yet. Poor corrupted creature.
I think it's the first time I found that belt. Oh, there it is. For a second, I thought it didn't spawn here. Don't get my hopes up. I was just confirming that this was still here. Like all the times that the game's crashed on me, I don't know if the game counted any of those as me dying. So many nameless enemies in one place. Please. Please let me find her. I'd be so happy. Are you? Oh, nameless ear. Cool. What you got? I think I have a Joffrey's baptism in standard. Cross reach. I might have. Not sure. I only have all the rest of these. Well, seen this before. Marlene's fallacy. Huge amount of critical strike multiplier. Less critical strike chance. Ooh, less. Wow. Makes sense though. Rigwald's crest. Pretty sure I have this. I definitely have that. I have that. Definitely have that. Definitely have that. Blood Dance, I'm pretty sure I have. Now just take this.
Remember this kindness.
Ah. Please. Don't do it. Don't you do it. I refuse. I refuse to give up. I will find her. I did it. No. Warden of Eves. I've been betrayed.
I'm not up to that just yet.
I don't care. It's not the Primalist. I don't care. We'll take that. Oh, I found Morgan again. Yeah, see how it's just those like the horned ape guys, but with like a raven beak and little shitty wings. What level am I? Okay. I'll only be 10 levels higher. Why? Why can't I find her? Avoid leveling up just in case. Just this. This is so crazy. This is so absolutely crazy. How does this keep happening? How?
Not up to that just yet.
I find her? I did it. Ah, it's done. Where are these? How is it that whatever... How is this possible? Your damage shield is like 5 screens away. How is that possible? How is there no tether on that? Leveled up and I don't care. We're finally done.
I sense the primal energy growing within you. Yes, you are ready to learn. You have defeated the Black Morrigan. I can see it in the way the wisps dance around you. The beast will return, for it is merely a silhouette, a shadow cast by an afflicted piece of the Dreox essence. But the battle is no less meaningful. Continue to struggle and grow. When you are ready, I will have more to teach you.
That is awesome. And of course, like the really good ones show up when we didn't get any any wisps. Yep, is what it is. Oh, I mean, some wisps here, but not enough. Not nearly enough. Regardless, we are now able to equip our things.
Hello.
That is an upgrade. Yes. Very much so. There's a lot of damage, but no. Ascent from Flesh. 300 evasion, 80 energy shield, 14% to all elemental resistances, Phasing if energy shield recharge has started recently. Increased evasion rating while phasing. Increased movement speed while phasing. This is actually a great belt for this character. I mean, obviously, the energy shield stuff doesn't really help us any. But, I mean, 30% increased evasion while phasing, increased movement speed while phasing. We're always phasing. And we get that big bump to our evasion. I mean, it's not good for us right now because it would cost us a bunch of armor and resistances, as well as some life. But it is very good.
Go with courage.
Yeah. I mean, these are all good. And the combination of these two would make it that every 4 seconds we'd have an additional 115% chance to crit. But we don't exactly have an amazing crit rate anyway, so it's not like that would like guarantee a crit for us. Like that's only 10% chance to avoid elemental ailments. Well, I mean, that would bring us up to 30% chance to avoid elemental ailments. But the poison one, I think, has the most value for us right now. We may find something that works better for us later, but for now... And so now we have capped attack and spell block chance, thanks to this. And with that, we are able to keep our poisons going longer. And I don't even have to think, well, fire cold. Yeah, and we have to get more lightning somewhere. And over on fire. 7 difference between those, so we'd still be over. Although yeah, this has fire on it also, though. Only 2 over on that. I mean, it would be the same thing anyway. Or would it be? No, it wouldn't be. It'd still be on fire if I did that. If I switched it to fire lightning, would that get us there? It might. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do it if I switch it to fire lightning. How many scouring do I have? We're okay. On 12. 11. Where's that put us? And we're on fire now. Okay. Oh, right. Spend these points. Yeah, the thing that I keep on coming back to is that like we are just so hurting for stats right now. Like every time I see a level up come up, like I'm thinking that that I'm going to lose the ability to wear a piece of equipment. So kind of alleviate that a bit. Let's spend these points on stats. So 20 strength, 20 intelligence. 40 strength, 40 intelligence. Could keep us at a good place for now. And while we're here, right, I need to toss this hat. Not bad, but I can't justify bringing that back into standard. Yeah, this is contributing so much of our fire resistance right now. We're to do like fire cold, fire lightning. That might be the trick. My maximum 24. Yeah, the best we can do is like getting right at the cap. I don't like that. Now wait for the better recipe to unlock. And do we find that one? I'm looking at right now. Like that. Or maybe it is availed. Right. There's a search feature. Oh. That's actually perfect. Yeah, so if we just go and do the cruel trial right now, then that'll make it that we can get the better resistances on these. Let's do it.
Justice will prevail.
I'm pretty sure this is the same regardless of which one you go into. Bastion of Hope. What was that?
In the impressionable youth of my reign, I was encouraged to believe in the precious nature of my imperial blood. The divine claret, as one fool of a courtier would repeat with tiresome regularity. Unfortunately, my divine claret refused to pour from one cup to another. Try as I might, with a lovely procession of young and ever dutiful wives, my noble seed simply would not sprout. Who then to choose as my worthy successor? With the candidates on hand either mediocre at best or maniacal at worst, I found myself in quite the quandary. That's when fortune took me.
I'm pretty sure that's the same one. Not 100% sure, but I think it is.
The weary traveler draws close to the end of the path.
Nice. And we got it.
The Azmeri were the first culture known in history to use trials.
Yeah. I got those already.
Some things that slumber should never be awoken. You were born for this. Pity the Emperor who sits alone on his throne.
There's the poem. Yeah.
The son of Esamir met the son of
Okay.
Sarn upon the road
Same
to
one.
the imperial throne.
I heard you already. Yeah, so no extra. I can't think of the name. No extra. Shrine? Dark Shrine. There we go. I remembered. No extra Dark Shrine. Yeah. Yep. That's what we want.
When the time comes to strike, an emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt, the emperor beckons, and the world attends. Enjoy the reprisal. Be singular of purpose.
weird. It was the same area back to back. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Like, same configuration and everything. That's so weird. Let me just do some due diligence and make sure that there's no Dark Shrine over here. Yep. No Dark Shrine. Really? This is so weird. This is like the weirdest configuration I've ever seen for the labyrinth. If it's the one in the middle, I should have seen it by now. Yeah, it's not. Okay. I accept I will not get a Dark Shrine out of here.
An aspirant can afford to be promising. An emperor must keep those promises. The Empire awaits you with open jaws.
Yeah, normally I'm cool with getting teleported, like it's usually beneficial, but in this case, since the the traps are still going, not so much.
lie. You are free.
How many keys did he drop? 2 keys. I should have been wearing this the whole time. I didn't have an open green anyway. Yeah, but I'll just transfigure this frost blades here. I don't like any of these. Nice. We did the cruel labyrinth, so now I will get Avatar of the Veil. That'll put me at 70% chance to avoid all elemental ailments. And nearby enemies have fire, cold, and lightning exposure. Yeah, which, yeah, the exposure thing doesn't really matter. But having all of that %, all around. Nice. I mean, now if we were to put that charm on that has the 10%, then that'd get us to 80. Just lightning. Not good enough.
What would you...
Hello.
Although, now that we comment also. Now that we have the better recipe. Well, I mean, I think that's 3 suffix anyway. No. 21. Nice. So do fire and cold and fire and lightning. It rose closer to 16. Nice. That one was our fire and cold, so now we need fire and lightning. Yep. Cool. Doing 15 on both. $391, 2,900. Okay. Nice little boost on both of those. Offensively, still overcapped on everything. We have some lightning. Fire and lightning on that. Oh, no, actually. 16 under. 16 under. I really can't afford to be losing both of those. If we go pure fire, I think we're still okay. Lightning. And we're not where we want to be when we finish Act 10, but okay. Closer to 28. Exactly where that one is. Funny. Right. Yep. Overcapped and everything. That's good. Toss these.
Hail, Godslayer.
Alright. Goodbye, Groost.
I'm not up to that just yet.
What is that? Where does this come from? Oh, I see. I finally understand. So, if you didn't watch the League reveal, when they explained the way that the different called again? Wildwood Ascendancies. Yeah. When they explained the way the different Wildwood Ascendancies worked. For the Primalist, they explained that the charms are Ascendancy passives. They're just like weaker versions of the Ascendancy passives. So like if you've attacked recently, you and nearby allies have a 5% chance to block attack damage, is the Guardian Ascendancy. Like, is one of the Guardian Ascendancies. It's just that the Guardian one does for, the Guardian one does for, like 10%, I believe. To both attack and spell damage, spell block. Or, no. I remember now. Like, the way the Guardian one works, like, if you've attacked recently, then you get spell block. If you cast a spell recently, then you get attack block. I think that's how it works. It's either it's the opposite ones or it's the same ones. So either, you know, attacking gets you attack block or attacking gets you spell block, and either casting a spell gets you attack block or casting a spell gets you spell block. One of those is the case. Nothing personal, Goost. Just business. My business is getting God souls.
Turn away the tyrant's face, and kingdom end without a trace. When you try to control everything, you ultimately control nothing. Ralakesh has never quite been able to grasp that concept.
The gods seem to damage nature in every way.